This is a 1982 Renault 9 TLE. It's also my latest project. Welcome back to All Things Alex. Would you look at this, guys? When was the last time you saw one of these? At first inspection, it's really solid, very original. Let's take a closer look around it. Yes, at first inspections, the car's actually remarkably solid. There's a few little bits need touching up. A bit of rust coming through on the boot lid there. B pillars, sorry, they could do with sanding back. I think these are meant to be gloss black, so we will repaint those at some point. Arches look all good. What's in the boot? Okay, so we've got a tow rope. Okay, that might come in handy. Oh, the previous owner did say he changed these tail lights because they're all faded, and he's actually managed to track down some new old stock ones. Lovely. So I'll put those somewhere safe because they might help somebody else out who's got some broken lenses possibly. I might put those up for sale. We've got an array of nuts and bolts and heater parts. That's quite alarming. That's my fuel can. Oh, spanner. That'll come in handy. And is that? Don't know. That looks like a spacer plate for something, maybe carburetor. Manifold gasket. And the handle off a axe by the look of it. Okay, that's just totally random. What's your start? So a bit of an update for you guys, and this might come as a bit of a shock to you. I've actually sold the Series 1 Blaze Austin Allegro that I just bought. After some soul searching, I decided I didn't need two cars, and George is the only Allegro for me. So I've put it up for sale, and it's now luckily gone to a loving owner. But of course, I need a project and something to work on. This has been off the road for a long time. The last time it was properly used was 1994. I think it was the last time it was taxed anyway. It is now, of course, MOT and tax exempt. But I intend to go through it with a fine-tooth comb before I use it on the road for any distance, of course. And I will be MOTing it just to see what it needs, because I don't believe in not MOTing a car. So I will be doing that in due course. There's a couple of things you need to do to it. It's got a electric fuel pump fitted for whatever reason. I noticed the mechanical one that's bolted to the engine is damaged, but there is a spare in the boot. So somewhere in between having a couple of owners, this car has had an electric fuel pump fitted, which I'm not a big fan of, and it makes a hell of a noise. So that's got to go. There's a couple of little other things you need to do to it. There's a slight blow from the manifold. I'm hoping it's a downpipe rather than a manifold, but again, there's a manifold gasket in the boot, so that'll be a job for another day. It's been chucking down with rain all morning. It's only just stopped, fortunately, so I've come out to do this update for you today, guys. So a little bit of history lesson on the Renault 9, guys. Launched in 1981, it replaced the Renault 14 model, which had never gone down well with the car buying public in France. It was just a little bit too quirky. So when it came to design the 9 model, Renault went back to its roots of a more traditional 3-box solution, hence this body shape. Very similar to the Renault 11, which came out about the same sort of time. And of course that car was made famous by the Bond film A View to a Kill for that wonderful taxi scene where it's cut in half in Paris. Good film. Need to see that again. Haven't seen that for years, but I digress. So the Renault 9 was produced in France up till about 1989. It was dropped in America a couple of years earlier in 87. In Taiwan, they produced this car up to apparently 1996, and in Turkey and Colombia, it was produced up to the year 2000, would you believe? So it had a healthy life. So the design of this car was penned by a chap called Robert Opren, or Opren, I think I'm pronouncing his name right. but he was a French automotive designer who also designed the 11. So from launch you could have this car with two different engine sizes, a 1.1 or a 1.4, which is luckily what this one is. Both made use of Renault's aging Cleon-Fonte engine. Apologies if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, this is all new to me. The only difference or exception was the Renault 9 and 11 Turbo made use of the Renault 5's engine, which is a completely different block altogether, and of course was turbocharged. Let's have a look under the bonnet. And here is the 1.4 engine. Cable operated clutch, lovely, no hydraulics. And this is the electric fuel pump I was talking about. I'm not a big fan of these and I don't see any reason to keep that. Here is the mechanical fuel pump, which is currently disconnected. There should be a second pipe here which I think is sheared off, so maybe that's the reason why he's gone over to electric, but I did find a spare one of these in the boot, so I'll swap it over and see if I can get it running off that, which would be nice, wouldn't it? And look how easy it is to service, guys. You can get straight to the alternator. It's the timing chain on this engine, so there's no cam belt to worry about. Yeah, nice and straightforward. What's the mileage? Just over 94,000. That's got to be genuine, I would have thought. Do you know, I'm not going to jinx it, but I haven't heard that fucking cockerel today yet. Maybe it's dead. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Anyway, does the radio work? It's quite enough of that copyright. Right, so I will attempt to start this for you. Bear in mind that the fuel pump is making a lot of noise. That's got to go. And the exhaust is blowing from somewhere, possibly the manifold. Great. Anyway, let's see if it starts. So choke out. How loud is that fuel pump? Sounds like a woodpecker in the airbox. So if you bring up the revs, it drowns out the sound of the exhaust blowing. So maybe I just need to drive everywhere flat out. God, that's annoying. But yeah, she runs. I'm going to need to do a service on this anyway, because it's not been... Well, I don't know when it was last serviced, so... Yeah, I'm not the best person to talk to you about this car, but luckily my cousin from France, Claude, has come down. He's here for the day. I've not told him I bought one of these yet, so it's going to be a bit of a surprise. So let's get the camera on him and see what he thinks. So this is my cousin Claude. He's come all the way from France. He's very excited. Claude, what do you think? Oh, now he's off. Getting in the car. Oh, you know he's actually taking it. Renault! Speed! Can't keep that up. Oh man! Does not stop. J'adore! Oh. Right. Didn't see that coming. I should have predicted that. Claude gets a bit emotional about anything French. Anyway, if we get the car back, there's a full service to do. Got to change that fuel pump. And then there's the manifold issue. But he seems to be running and driving. Where's he gone? I mean, he doesn't even know Bournemouth. Anyway, I need a cup of tea. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. There'll be another video coming soon on George. His cross tube mount on the suspension is packed up. So I've got the candies coming down to do that. That's this time next week, so look out for that. In the meantime, thanks ever so much for watching. Shall see you very soon with more content. Doesn't even know Bournemouth.